Good evening, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you doing today? As I have a hot flash, holy Hannah. It is actually Sunday evening today. I have an extremely busy week ahead of me, and I needed to pre-do some of my offerings for this week. But we'll talk about that after today's bag. So today's bag, I had to kind of think about whether or not it was appropriate to list it, being that it is lighter in color. But you know what? I think the days of, no white after Labor Day and all that kind of thing are kind of over. And I mean, most of the white that I enjoy, I call it winter white. It's like kind of a cream off-white vanilla. This is actually beige. It's not white at all. And it could even at a push be very light gray. But I really like the way this bag is designed. So it's all raw leather back there and just this little decorative element. It does not open, but it's just a decorative element. There's a little bit of kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. It's almost like just little blemishes in the leather. It is actually ingrained in the leather. And we've talked about this before, that, I mean, these leather pieces were on a living, breathing animal at one point that, maybe somebody bit it in the ass, or it, got hooked up on some barbed wire at some point or something. So it is a very 70s bag. This nice little shoulder strap. It is not adjustable, is not removable. It is what it is. Inside, it is very simple, no brand or anything. There is a leather edged zipper pocket, and that is it. It's very slimline. It does have a couple of darts here, so it will allow it to expand easily without, getting too misshapen, because those two darts will, allow it to kind of expand a little bit. But I don't have a problem with wearing something like this into the fall. Not at all. Really cute, very, very lightweight, but nice leather anyway. Zipper across the top. Where's the zipper? So there you go. Nice little bag. Simple, simple, simple. So that is today's bag. So, getting a little frustrated because this camera, this phone, is starting to time me again. So I don't know whether it's telling me to shut the hell up, or I'm not sure what it's doing. But all of a sudden it's starting to time my videos, which for the Shop of the Shed, it is a problem because I have 5 items to preview and I've just done the Shop of the Shed. So doing that in 12 minutes is like, blah, 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 blah. This is a little bit more long tail. So had a good weekend. Friday night, didn't do anything Friday night. I'm really trying to keep myself to myself. I think I've shared with you already, is I'm not really great company at the moment. Not for people that I don't know. So it's kind of working out that everybody's so old in this section of the park. I have a tube top under here, so that is why it looks like I was down at the pool. I spent all week last week getting my videos done, reading my day trading attention, Gary Vaynerchuk's book, watching Peter Santinello on YouTube. Because it's the first full week that I've spent here at the trailer at my new home without having to run, back and forth to St. Catharines, Hamilton. However, this coming week I will not be here at all. I leave tomorrow morning. I've got some banking to do. I'll be meeting up with Pamela, my girlfriend, going for lunch. And I've got a short skirt on, so I'm stuck to the chair. I'll be doing some banking with her. There is no First Ontario Credit Union in Orangeville, so I'm just going to do my banking with her. Then I am going to pick up my clients. We're going for dinner tomorrow night, and then I'm off to my mom's. And I think Harry, my son, is going to be joining us. He's, he's getting some mental health help just, struggling a little bit. I am very, very comfortable with counseling. I think it's an increasingly important part of people's healthcare options. I think it really is very important. And I know the men in my life, my previous partners, husbands, whatever, do not value it at all, which is kind of a man thing. I think Harry has grown up with it. With me, I have been in counseling many, many, many times over the years for initially a postpartum depression, kind of where it all started. But I do feel very, very happy that I get to share, my journey, my learning, my discovery, my issues with a third party that isn't a family member, isn't a friend, isn't, somebody who knows too much about what's going on. I think it's really valuable to have an impartial third party help you, because I think we ultimately have all the answers that we need inside us anyway. And whether we really can't figure it out or whether we just don't want to hear it is one of two things. I'm very lucky in that I am very, very honest with myself. I am very self-reflective. That's one of the comments that my counselor makes routinely every time we visit. He's just very kind of impressed with how easy it is for me to hold myself to account. I think I've shared with you in past videos that he's given me recently a bunch of material to look over, just kind of trying to examine, what happened in my marriage, why it ended so abruptly, which it turns out it really didn't end that abruptly. When I'm learning a lot every day, and I'm recognizing some of the behaviors for what they actually are. I didn't really notice it at the time. And not that anybody did anything on purpose. I think I said that before. I don't think anybody did. It just, when you have a certain personality trait, you're not consciously thinking of, that it's manipulating somebody or that it's, squashing somebody's ideas or squashing somebody's creativity or whatever the case may be. But, when you look at the evidence after the fact, absolutely is the case. So I'm doing a lot of growing, a lot of learning, and it's been really helpful because I'm kind of having some really, really intense conversations with both my kids right now. And we're all kind of going through the same thing at the same time, which, is kind of interesting. I mean, God bless their father. Their dad is a great guy, but not very open to this kind of thing. It just isn't something that he believes in. It's not something he values, just like he who shall not be mentioned, not something he values either, which is a shame because I really feel in both circumstances, had they been open to really do the work, I'd still be married to the kid's dad. I know I would be. I loved their father very, very much when we split. It took me almost 5 years to get over that. And, I'm hoping damn sure it doesn't take me 5 years to get over this one. I don't think so. I was married to their dad for 11 years. I was with him for 12. This was a year, just over a year, and together for just over 2. So, as heartbreaking as it is, and it is, I have very good days and very bad days. And I cry at the flip of a hat, and anything like going to the fair this weekend. I volunteered at the Grand Valley Fall Fair, not at all what I thought it was going to be. The only people I connected with were teenagers doing their volunteer hours. So it wasn't what I expected, but you know what? I did it. And it was interesting to see how that whole, fall fair process works. They did have an indoor element, which I think maybe next year I might try and take my bags. But it was sad. It was something that we did, a couple of times over the past 2 years. And I just know that we would have been there together and we would have, just enjoyed everything that was going on. There was sheep, there was cows, there was a tractor pull. I didn't stay for the tractor pull. It was so hot. It was in the 30s yesterday. And I did put sunscreen on, but oh my goodness, the student that was sitting with me, we were in the baking sun for 3 hours. And I stayed and watched a little bit of the activities. They had like a dog agility course. It was really fun, but I just had to get going. I was too hot. I did kind of intend to go back for the tractor pull because I've never seen that before. But I ended up, I didn't do it. I just sat and watched movies, which is what I do with myself these days. But I am going to have a busy week. And I'm going to be in Sarnia. I'm going to be in St. George. I'm going to be in Dunnville. I'm going to be in Hamilton. I'm going to be all over the place next week. So I will try and document as I go. And, just doing my thing. So this thing is timing me and it's ready to say, you're out of here. So on that note, I will love you and leave you, as my mom says, and I will talk to you Tuesday. Bye, everybody.